Hey, love books, it's Roslynn back. Doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. Um, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up, tell me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even an empath they're going through um, trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all know I totally screwed up my intro, but I got a lot of going on in my vibrations right about now. This is gonna be my last video for today. It's like my third eye is like I can't take it anymore. Um, the music that I'm listening to in the background is called Enhanced Positive Energy, 528 Hertz Miracle Healing Frequency Music, Enhanced Self Love, Relaxing Music. I haven't listened to this in a long time. The channel is called Spirit Tribe Awakening. I really love their meditation music that they have. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas. You're broken is beautiful. Cracked pieces fits into a masterpiece. Ooh, that put you together as who you are today. It's true. It is so true. Going through life, we always were, placed under many layers of, how we were seen, how we were perceived, what people, how people wanted us to be seen, dealing with traumatic, family members or friends or whatever that molded you into different things. I really, for me, when I hear broken, it's all about how you see that. I always felt like, at times I did feel broken, but I felt like, I just bent up a little bit, scratched up a little bit. It was like, what is it? Timex, take a licking and keep on ticking. But it breaks you, you're beautifully broken because you had to go through traumatic experiences that set you on a path of awakening the spirit of you that were laying dormant, things of you weren't quite sure about, trying to get that deeper understanding that of who you were. Why were you here? Why are the way you are? There were so many questions. A lot of times we go through life, we have more questions than we do answers. And these are the times that you're being guided to know yourself on many layers. Appreciating everything, and how we learn and how we become stronger is by the traumatic situations we've been placed in, things that we have done towards ourselves with our poor decisions, um, mistakes and setbacks. But you always had to go through those things. There's times you probably wish like, oh God, I wish I would have never did this, or oh gosh, wish I would have never been through that. But this is what you learn from your experiences that has truly made you a lot stronger. A lot of times we don't give ourselves that credit of seeing the strength that we have. You know, and people will text me, and tell me, Rosalind, I wish I had your strength. And I say, you do. You really do. I can see it within you, but at times I can't even see me, but when I allow myself to really look and see how everything that has went into play with my life and things that I spoke on and things that I decided to keep silent about, it allowed me to really see myself as strength beyond all measures, just for myself. I'm very humbled by the things that I went through. I'm very grateful of what path I was chosen for, because it hasn't been easy for me. But it's just like with you as well. Every day is like a journey of trying to stay positive, trying to, even when things are falling apart around you, you have intense chaos around you, you're still trying to be that peace. being that mascot of that. It's hard at times, especially when we feel everything so much deeper than a lot of people. We see things that other people will overlook. And at times it can be frustrating, it can be overwhelming. All these different things are taking place where you're doing a lot of soul searching, you're doing a lot of release, either through crying, screaming, just allowing yourself to be aware of what is taking place in your life. It's okay to be in your feelings at times. You've been through a lot and you're still here. That you have to allow yourself to give that credit, where credit's due. I get angry at times because I feel like I should be a lot better than what I am now. But then I had to allow myself to really like really step back and see everything I've been going through, everything I've been doing. And, I get messages all the time from the powers that be that, they're proud of the things that I'm doing. Um, you are really touching people's hearts with your experiences in life, giving them that kind gesture of like a spiritual hug that was needed throughout the day. Um, Things when it feels like the world is not really going right for you, and then being able to I make a video and just give you that kindness, because when you have felt abandonment, neglect, abuse from verbal, mental, spiritual, sexual, whatever. A lot of times we carry those things as a security blanket at times. And a lot of times when we have gone through those different things in life, it made you feel like you were a part of that product that was placed on you, and you're not. you know you hold that strength. And at times it's hard for you to do that because you've been wounded in so many different ways. you know and that's what gives you your edge. There's a lot of people I have got into contact with, either before they got into contact with me. I can feel their energy before they get there. Well, they before they can connect with me. A lot of times we feel like we're having emotional breakdowns, hell, even mental breakdowns. But these are the things that you had to really face. And a lot of times you have to be broken for you to be able to understand what you were beyond all those layers that others have placed on you. When you can finally see your worth, you can finally see the love that you had to give towards yourself, that you've gave so many times to other people. There's days I sit here and cry, like, right before I start making a video. It's like my gifts are getting so intensified. Like, if there's somebody that has passed away and I just stumble upon a picture, I end up hearing them talk to me. And it can get very overwhelming because it's like that love that was there, especially if it's somebody that is connected with my dad, or there's people that were connected towards me, and it allowed me to go back in time. It was like I stumbled upon Denise Matthews pictures and stuff like that. If anybody knows who Denise Matthews is, her name, she went by Vanity back in the day. And it took me back to when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and seeing different pictures of her and my dad together. And I always used to carry around those books. If it wasn't Ebony, it was Jack, or it was like something beat. It was like teen something, where they had all those different magazines back in the day, 17 and stuff like that. Really telling my age, but just hearing her talk, and it was like really emotional. It was like, oh, don't cry, I'm in a better place. She was like, I made my impact on the world. Now it's me making my impact in spirit. And, that really touched me. And she's like, Roz, don't cry. I'm like, Niecy, and it's just crazy how, I connect with them in that way. But it's just like so many different things has happened that I had to allow myself to be vocal about that. And it was like certain things that was really scary to talk about, because I was at that point where I was scared about being judged, what people would say about me, what people would think about me. And it's at that point I had to go through different changes to be able to say, what, there's going to be people that are going to completely understand you, and they're going to appreciate the things that you're going to be said, that you have been saying. But there's also going to be people that you're going to trigger some insecurities about certain things, and they're not going to have something nice to say to you or about you. And I had to be okay with that as well. It's like it would have never changed regardless on what people thought, what they said. It never changed with what I experienced in my life. I had to go through these things for a reason. Guided God has guided me towards this to, be able to help others through those experiences because I had to allow myself to get out of that fear of judgment. Nobody can judge anybody except God. So it's just like if they couldn't understand what I was speaking on, that message wasn't for them. If they couldn't understand what I was trying to say, or they had something negative to say, that shows more about them than it did about me. And there's times when I sat here and it was like I was really going through some pretty intense things that really saddened me, the things that I'm trying to still come to terms with. Like I say, not every day is a good day for me. When you allow yourself to be honest about your feelings and being not worried about it, because there's somebody out there who'll appreciate that because you're keeping it real. you know we cry a lot behind closed doors. We go through things where it makes us feel like we're alone in the world. Nobody really understands you, nobody really gets you. And it just feels like you're drowning in your pain of sorrow more than you are in the light of happiness. And it has to take you a while to get there because you've been through so many different things. And it's like there's so many, well, a lot of y'all, when I connect with you, and it's just that, when you give off that energy, that are comforted by that, because there's so many of y'all that connects with me and say, Rosalind, it sounds like you're telling my personal story. Or it's good to be able to understand, there's people I'll try to be vocal about in person, but they would never get me. But your videos allowed me to know that there was somebody out there that relates to the changes I've been going through. And and that, I mean, when I'm telling y'all touch my heart, with those things. And there's a lot of times I sit here and cry because it is just so many things I've gone through. I felt like I was in a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from, knowing the decisions that it was that violated me to the core, of people that I really trusted in my life, that, it took me a long time to try to come to peace with that. And there are certain parts that I'm still healing from. It hasn't been easy, but it just shows me what I went through wasn't in vain, because there's so many people that can really appreciate what my videos has done for them in their life. I may not know what your situation is, but universe did, and that's why they sent me to you, or vice versa. And it's like, your cracks in your mind, your heart, that gives you that edge to know, even though you can be a fierce warrior, you have a heart of gold with compassion. And that's what was needed. You couldn't go hard for something you have never really endured. You can, but it'll be hard for you to really relate, because you don't understand where that person's pain is coming from. And with us, we feel things intensely, really intensely. And it is just so much, when I've connected with y'all. And a lot of times it takes me a minute just to reply, because it is like I cry a lot, not just for the pain that I bear, but when other people are connecting with me, they're trying to find some kind of peace of mind, trying to get understanding that there's a lot of people that are out there that relates to things like you do. And it's like when I send things out at a certain time, it was people that I'm connected with on Messenger, Facebook, and I was listening to this song by Lecrae and Tori Kelly, and that song came in my head. And it's like, hold on, I'm gonna find you. And that song like really hits the heart, because there's a lot of times where we try to be in the world and fake, oh, I'm good, and then when everybody tends to leave, you're right back in that sorry place of sadness, not sorry place, but sorrow place of sadness. um that you really just want to part ways with, but it's hard to do that when you've endured so much. And it's just like, with me, I'm not sad. um I'm just trying to see if I can find a word for it. It's not I'm sad or anything like that. When you have released so much, it leaves like that shadow there, that is no longer there. But it's like when you have endured so much pain throughout your life, and that weight comes from, releasing. And then you're understanding what you went through wasn't about you, but it was about people that you needed to come into connection with. People that, God was like, they'll listen to you. You'll understand them as they understand you. And I sent you towards that way. And it's like when I've really allowed myself to see the pain where it was a blessing to somebody else in disguise, that's where my tears come from, because it allows me to know, even though I went through a lot of things and I felt like it was personal, it wasn't. You know, I was chosen for something I never knew I was going to do. I always knew when I was a little girl, I wanted to be always to be able to help people with their sadness. It reminds me when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and it was some people that, they were just walking around when I was in Germany. It's happened more than once. I know I was talking about this guy. I forgot, it was either in the subway or something. We were going towards the village. We're outside of what is it, Swankfurt, Germany. So there was a lot of places we used to go. I used to love going in, into the villages when we were there. And it would be people that, that were going through serious transformation. Either their parent was dying, or it was a sibling that was going through a really tough illness, and they were just trying to come to terms with it. And my mom always said, my hands and my heart held power. You were a light towards many people. You don't even know it. My mom, I didn't know what that meant. But, my mom always used to be amazed because I would go directly towards people and just, tug on their shirt. I'm like, is it okay if I give you a hug? And it was one woman that was really crying, and she was, she had her sunglasses on, but you can tell, she really needed that hug. And next, I gave her a big hug, and it just came out like her feelings just came out, and she was like, thank you, I needed that. And it was like, it was beautiful when I used to do that. And I never knew why I did that. My mom was like, why did you go to her? You went by like three other people, but yet you went to that lady, you saw her crying, and we didn't even notice that. I said, I felt her, mom. It's like somebody she loves is, not doing too well. And she's trying to make she's trying to make sure she's doing the right thing. And it was hard for her to do. And a 4 year old, 5 year old should not be able to tell someone, adult before that. My mom used to be like, oh my God, this little baby is special. And it was just like her husband was like, man, this is creepy. Do not allow her to hug anybody else. But it takes me back to those certain things that as soon as I said that, my phone started vibrating. But, going through those different things, I always knew I wanted to be able to give somebody that love and compassion. You never know who needs that hug. Just have that gentle reminder and say, hey, you're doing a good job. It may be hard for you, but trust it's going to be worth it. And you can understand why you went through the things you went through. Your pain ended up being somebody else's. You know, um, it was just the things that you've been pained with, um, will be something that somebody can understand and know. There's a lot more people out here that can really relate to the changes I went through, the things that has taken place in my life, the burdens you bared, and it is just like so many different people, has been hitting me up left and right. I've been overwhelmed messages, and it's so beautiful to me because a lot of times I felt like, I was drowning in my own sorrow, not getting the closure that I definitely wanted. I had to allow myself to see the change that was taking place just by the people I've been connecting with lately. And it lets me know things are getting better, even when you can't see them or you can't feel them. And God knows that. I feel that, you know, um, and just being able to know I can connect with somebody and give them that reassurance. Times do get hard, but you get stronger from those things. you know um there's going to be better days. Right now you might be enduring a lot, but you're facing things that you ran from for so long. You needed to get that comfort in your life because there was a war going on in your head. you know and I know that I felt that. And a lot of times, I sit here in my thoughts, and I cry a lot. And, being able to, and it's not really, it's not really sadness, but it's just releasing a lot, and it's okay to do that because I've held on for things for so long that, I the anger turned into disappointment for people that I really truly cared about that had no problem with hurting me, even for things that I had no control over. And being able to do that, it has not been easy because it put me in a bad place, knowing what took place in my life. But then it had allowed myself, I had to make myself see it, even though it may be in a tremendous loss for you, or a traumatic situation you've been in. Look at all the love that you're giving towards others that you don't even really know, but from the heart, from the vibrations, you're touching a lot of people that really needed that. Having that person, a lot of times we feel like we don't want to be here anymore because that pain, it can be very heavy. I've been there a lot of times where I ask God just to please take me. I can't deal with that anymore. The pain hurts too much. I felt like I wasn't loved. It was hard for me to love myself because it was like, even though I felt it with my mom, it wasn't like one of those typical, leave it to beaver type situations. But, I had to understand she was hurting as well too. And it's just so many different things came into play for me, and I understand it. I get it, and I just ask God to help me, helping me remain to, find that happiness that I'm coming in contact with, but really feeling it to the fullest. Going through different transformations and transitions and stuff has not been easy for me because I'm purging a lot of different things that, that has really hurt me to the core, and it's a lot of things that just really didn't seem fair to me. But I had to allow myself to know everything has a reason for happening the way it happened. You may not have the answer today or tomorrow, but you'll get the ones that you need along the way, you know. Um, it's my experiences to be able to help others as well, to know that there's a lot of us out there that can relate to all those things that you're really trying to come to terms with. And it's hard. A lot of times it has put you in a dark place to where you really couldn't understand the pain that you have really gone through, or, how people can be so, evil at times. Oh my God, there's y'all, if y'all see all this, I don't know what this is, but I feel like somebody around me, and it's like really crazy because it's like my I've never seen, I don't know what this is, but somebody's here. But it's just a lot going on that, I had to allow myself to become peaceful with. Man, this, I don't know what this is. I got my cat moving. There's something over here. I don't know what that is. Let me see if I wipe the camera. Okay, it's still the same way. So I don't know. But, we're all going through different things in our life that, can be confusing, or trying to understand if, why would people hurt other people like that. It's like hurt people hurt people. They feel like, what they went through, others had to be able to experience that as the same. So, y'all, this is gonna be my last video because, like I said, my third eye is like pounding to where it's like coming from my chakra as well. So I'm getting so many downloads right now, and it is like really hard trying to protect y'all and block y'all from that energy I'm having. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and do some more videos tomorrow. So I hope you are safe and you're enjoying your weekend. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Miss Stacy Folly, Kelly Davis Van Zyl, and Nari uh, Lewis, and Sheila Jack. Much love to you as well, and Dan Garcia. And Miss Linda Bell, much love to you, sis. And I hope all is well. Make sure y'all are staying sanitized, wash your hands as many times as possible. Um, Stay safe. I hope and pray that everything you're trying to manifest comes 100,000 times more than what you asked for, and it comes so much sooner than you expected it to. And I hope you will enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get me some rest in, y'all, before I go pick up my daughter from work. But I'm not really feeling well. So I said I'm gonna go ahead and try to do like 2 videos. I was gonna try to push out 3, but no, my brain ain't letting me. So if you need to get in touch with me privately, you can find me on Facebook Messenger under my name. Just send me a short text and let me know you connect with me here and whatever situation you need help with when it comes to your spiritual path. I'll try my best to help out as much as I can. If I can, I'll send you the information that will guide you to where you need to go. I don't know what this is. This is so weird. But I hope y'all just have a good weekend. I can't even really talk right now. Know you're highly blessed and favored and forever loved, and knowing there's always someone out there praying for your better days. And I will see y'all on my next video. Like and subscribe, share, give me a thumbs up, drop a line. I don't even think I said that on the last video. That lets you know my head is really killing me. Um, and I will just see y'all later. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you later. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.